We have our final 4-team specials here as we've taken a look at every team in the NFL over the last week or so. So let's continue with the Cincinnati Bengals here, guys. They really hope to have a healthy Joe Burrow for the entirety of the 2021 season. 1-team special for the Bengals. That combines a Burrow prop with a rushing prop for Joe Mixon. So you can get plus 400 odds for Joe Burrow over, 4,249.5 regular season passing yards, plus little Joe Mixon over 999.5 regular season rushing yards. Can the Cincinnati Joes hit these numbers? Geoff.
Man, I love Joe Burrow, and I think I'm going to have to take the over here. I do like this. A plus 400, I just feel like it's big enough. And look, let's start with Joe Mixon. I mean, I think this is the easy one. I'm not even a Joe Mixon fan. Like, I don't even like talking about this guy. He just busts for me every time I take him in fantasy. But who is going to take the ball in the backfield other than Joe Mixon? I mean, Samaje Perine, maybe he'll get some touchdowns, but we're talking about an over yardage prop. Joe Mixon, if he just stays on the field, is probably going to limp to over 1,000 yards rushing this year. The Burrow one is really the one up for debate. You know, obviously 4,300 yards. Look, this guy had a really good rookie season. He was almost on pace for this, if not on pace for it over 17 games last year. You add in Jamar Chase. I am a big believer in Joe Burrow is just a guy who he just surprises people. He's going to get it done. So I think when it comes down to it, plus 400 is big enough for me. And I actually like this prop. Of a lot of the ones we've talked about, the combined, I think Mixon is just in the spot where, again, it's not going to be automatic, but if he stays on the field, he's going to have a great shot. And Burrow with the Jamar Chase signing, I think he's got a real shot at hitting the over there too.
All right, Geoff says this prop is worth getting after. What about for you, Kenny?
I don't know. Look, we've seen weirder things happen with backfields. We've seen worse backs get snaps from guys that we think are talented. Should Jalen Richard be cutting into Josh Jacobs' snap count? Absolutely not, but he does anyway. This is a guy, Joe Mixon, who had 27% of the snaps last year for the Bengals. And I know that there were injury concerns and whatnot, but look, the guy just, any way you slice it, was not staying on the field. And when he was on the field, he was in a timeshare with Gio Bernard. I know that he has a lot of talent. I think everyone knows that. But I would not be shocked if they decided to work in Perine or, even a guy further down the depth chart, maybe a Trevion Williams or a Chris Evans. Look, I just think that it's one of those situations where, do we think Damian Williams was going to be a factor in the NFL ever again? And then he did. He managed to be a factor with the Kansas City Chiefs. I wouldn't put it past them to give Perine, 25 to 30, even 40% of the snaps. I just don't know. I mean, Joe Burrow could have a great season, but I think for both of these things to happen is kind of unlikely. And I think the Mixon thing is actually going to hold me back the most. Maybe they decide they don't want to run. Maybe they want to air it out with Joe Burrow, Blake Bortles this thing, and just give him a lot of yards. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, if you took over 1.5 Blake Bortles mentions today, congrats. That has hit. AJ, bring us home on this. Cincinnati Joes, you picking up what they're putting down with this prop?
Well, Geoff hit the nail on the head multiple times when he said, if Mixon can stay on the field, that's a huge if. You look at his 4 seasons here, he's only played all the games once, had the six games only last year, and I'm just too concerned about his injuries here. For his part of it, Joe Burrow hitting that, he averaged 268.8 last year. That clears it if he plays a full 17-game schedule. So I'm less concerned about that side of it. If I could get just straight up Burrows on this one, I would jump on that prop right away.
Next up, this one's for you, Ducey. The New York Jets. It's Zach Wilson time in the Big Apple. And we know, Kenny, we know you expect big things from this young man. But big enough that you think he will break the rookie regular season passing yards record? You can get plus 600 odds on him to do just that. No? No?
I don't think so. I know that you guys bring me on here for my crazy Jets takes, and I will tell you that the Jets probably win 10 games this year. And I will tell you that the Jets are going to have a lot of success in the next few years and hit their stride early in their quote-unquote window, the proverbial window. I think this team looks really good. But I don't think that Zach Wilson's going to be throwing the ball that much. I think that the Jets, they have about 6 running backs. That's an exaggeration, but I think it's like 4 or 5 running backs that they really like. Michael Perine has looked fantastic in training camp. You have obviously Michael Carter, who's expected to take over the starting role eventually. They brought in Tevin Coleman. They still have Jeff and I's boy Ty Johnson. they are going to run the ball. They are going to employ a zone blocking scheme. They are setting up to run. Mekhi Becton, of course, has improved there. And I think that they're going to just continue to feed all of their running backs. I don't think Wilson's actually going to really be airing it out all that much. So for that reason, I don't think he's going to hit the passing total. And I also think that the Jets defense is good enough. They're going to be in a manageable spot to run the ball for a lot of these games. I do believe in this team. So I don't think they're going to have to just catch up and throw the ball a million times. And I don't think Zach Wilson's going to be doing that. I don't think he's going to get the rookie record, even though it probably is within reach for someone this year with the extra game. I don't see it happening, Emerson.
Geoff, Andrew Luck set this record a decade ago, 4,374 yards. You like Zach Wilson at plus 600 to break that?
I mean, the one thing Wilson does have in his favor for this prop is that he's probably going to be out there for all the games because, again, the Jets just YOLO'd it with their backup quarterback situation. So you like that, I mean, in all honesty. But no, I mean, what I saw from Zach Wilson was, a little, I hate saying this in front of Kenny, but a little bit better version of Daniel Jones. Quick release, bigger arm, good athleticism, but flustered when he got under pressure, made some poor throws off his back foot. And I really just feel like teams are just going to be keying in on that. So I think that you're going to see some big games from Zach Wilson and some really tough moments. I just don't think it's going to be enough to hit this overpassing yard. And like Kenny said, I think the Jets are going to be running the ball and try and play D anyways because of Salas. So no, definitely out on this one.
AJ, yay or nay?
Tell me this, who is he going to throw the ball to? I mean, honestly, is Corey Davis going to go over 1,000 yards for the first time in his career? Jamison Crowder? Chris Herndon? He has like a 500-yard season. I just don't see the tools there that he has who he can throw the ball to. And I think Kenny's right. I think this team is designed to run. And I think that's what we're going to see. So, hopefully for Kenny's sake, after this season goes through, they can get some wide receivers in there to maybe catch the ball and maximize Wilson's potential.
I appreciate that, but they have like 8 receivers. How about Keelan Cole and Elijah Moore, who might be the best rookie receiver of the whole draft class? I don't know. I think that they have a lot of weapons. Chris Herndon does stink, though, but I don't know. They have receivers. They just need a quarterback.
Can all band around Chris Herndon stinking.
Let's do that. AJ, would you be more willing to chase 20 interceptions, more than 20 interceptions at plus 500 odds?
Yes. I would take that for sure. Absolutely.
Kenny, wow. Okay.
The volume shouldn't be there.
Gentlemen, let's go to another fantastic team here. The Lions are next on the list. Definitely a rebuild in the Motor City as they haven't had a winning season since 2017. A winning season this year, though, that would be 9-8. You can get plus 1,000 odds that the Lions will get there. But any chance you take that bet, AJ?
Hard pass on this one, fellas. Look, you start in the division. You've got 2 games against Green Bay, 2 against Minnesota. Maybe they could split with the Bears, but that's a 1-5 in the division alone. You add in clashes with the Rams, the Seahawks, the 49ers. The math just isn't there for Detroit to pull this off. The team is just not good enough to really compete within their own division, and that's going to set them up. They've got a hard schedule the rest of the way, too.
But it's Goff as the quarterback here, Geoff.
Yeah, great. I mean, let's game manage our 1920s offense, to 9 wins. No, this isn't going to happen. This is, obviously it's tempting with the plus 1,000 odds, but please don't do this. Detroit is going to be an absolute gong show. They've got all the talk is, Amon St. Brown might take some snaps and be good. He wasn't even playing with the starters, so you're relying on Tyrell Williams, Perriman to get some offense. I think this whole offense is a huge fade. Everyone with it is probably just going to get sucked into the vortex of the Detroit Lions. Their defense hasn't improved enough. No, this is just the Lions are going to be challenging for the first overall pick. Don't do this, please.
Kenny, quickly on this one, please.
Yeah, I'll take the over 2.5 games started by David Blow at plus,
wow.
800. Yeah, they're going to be Tim Boyle, David Blau. They're going to be starting a lot of games. I think Jared Goff won't even be on the field. This team's going to win like 3 games.
All right, guys, we've got about 90 seconds to go. We're going to get through this last one here nice and quick. The Houston Texans, who have had an offseason full of just turmoil. There aren't many team specials to choose from here, but you can get plus 1,200 odds that the Texans will have a winning record. Again, that would take 9 wins now in a 17-game season. We're guessing you're staying far, far away from this one, Geoff?
Unless they trade for Nick Foles or something, preseason, yeah, I'm off this. I have no interest in chasing any over wins total for the Texans. Sorry.
AJ, what would it take for you to chase this one?
Absolutely nothing. I'll turn to plus 250 on the DK Sportsbook for them to have the lowest win total this season. I think that's a far better odds bet to take.
Like it. Kenny, bring us home.
I'm interested. I can't lie to you. I'm interested.
Oh
I kind of
my
like
God.
this team. Mark Ingram and Philip Lindsay, they have a lot of talent. Tyrod Taylor has never really been that bad in his career. He's never been that good. He's never been that bad. Larry Tunsil protecting the blind side. Crazier things have happened. They could maybe win like 7 games.